So in the insurance brokerage industry, most of the prospecting, Delia, is done from a traditional method or building prospects from networking. So you're constantly using people you know to get to targeted people that you actually want to get to and present what we have for a value statement. Since COVID, it's been intensified where even your own Rolodex, people that you know are very slow to respond, where they may not respond at all. And all of that calls for a demand for some self-learning, devices or platforms or strategies so that your message is still getting out there on one's own time, right? So the behavior of it all is that people really are interested. It's just they're maxed out and they don't have time to actually take that phone call or answer that text or answer that email. But if you give them tools, at their own convenience, they will go into something and they might not read or watch the whole 10 points, let's just say, that you want them to absorb, but they will, in sort of a drip fashion, absorb 1 or 2 points, and then you've got a little something there that could, if you continue to reach out to your prospects, you have a better likelihood that they'll respond from that pattern. Percentage ratios of closing business is outstanding. Our prospecting, though, is weak, and it's based on this, let's call it gap or barrier that I just mentioned earlier. So I need to bring to Alera, and I am bringing to Alera, Flowla to sort of fill that gap and be a resource for self-learning. We can basically monitor the activity of who's entering the room. So we're seeing that although we don't have data just yet to validate what we're saying, we're seeing an upswing on those who are basically entering the room and then conversations that are yielded, or questions even that are asked of us. So a lot of it's a response through email that people will send to us. So we're seeing definitely an upswing on that. And then in a likewise fashion, I think the sales producers are seeing this more and more, that this Flowla way, this microsite way, or flow as you guys call it, is the way to go in a very specified niche way. You know what I mean? So it's like sending them to a website that can have clutter. It's literally just to bring them to one niche focus on maybe education, maybe manufacturing or something like that. I mean, they're seeing the value, feeling comfortable, because they'll go into a Flowla room, right? And they'll see in the chapters that we're basically addressing their pain points and solutions, and we'll put in use cases. Like we have one with a product called a participating fund arrangement. So we've got 2 case studies in there, and the right kind of prospects can just read those on their own, glance at them on their own, and see our clients too, that we have 700 clients that are basically the same profile, the same employee size as they are. And that brings comfort and allows them to, want to actually speak to us further. Yeah, basically just comments that they actually love Flowla from that perspective. That they could self-learn, they could take the value that we're showing and share it with other stakeholders within their company. Found out more about the Alera Group through the way things were just sort of lined up, right? So a great example would be maybe somebody from human resources sending a Flowla that we've put together on something called PBMs that might have a legal value statement or something you should know. So they might share that with the chief legal officer of their company, right? So it's like an added value that wasn't even on the conversation table, so to speak, between the Alera Group and between that HR person. But the HR person went into a Flowla, recognized this value statement, sent it to the chief legal officer. This literally happened. And then there was value that was actually created from that standpoint.